Hi, Steve Gamache here with a Chef Knives to Go quick look product video. And this time we're looking at the Takeda stainless clad Gyuto 250mm, or what they call medium blade. And this line of knives has a core steel of Aogami Blue Super carbon steel. The heat treat rating is about 62 Rockwell on these. And the construction of this line versus the classic series is that the cladding, they are clad as a stainless cladding with a kurouchi finish. This finish is quite a bit smoother than the finish on the classic series, so it does feel a bit different. It's much smoother. And they've got the markings on there to differentiate it. The weight on this knife is 6.3 ounces, which is pretty light considering how big the blade is. The blade length, this particular one's a little under 250 at 246 millimeters. These will vary by sample since they're handmade. The overall length is a little over 15 inches on this sample. And the spine at the base on these are thin knives. Takeda likes those knives thin. Is about 2.9. And we'll hold that, go down just a little bit, but it holds a lot of that all the way through the blade until you hit the grind down closer to the tip. So it doesn't have what I would call a lot of distal taper, but it does thin up a little bit when you get towards the front part of the knife. The height on this is part of the iconic nature of this knife is the height. And so the height in this particular one is 62 millimeters at the heel, so this is a very tall blade. The handle is a really nicely done octagonal rosewood buffalo or ebony ferrule, and you've got one of his defining characteristics also is this great seal job at the tang. So he's got some epoxy on there, and it's just sealed up super tight, so nothing's going to get in there on these at the tang. The handle circumference is right around 3 inches at the junction here between ferrule and wood, which is pretty standard size. The fit and finish on this blade is very, very good. It's got a nicely rounded spine, and the choil area is well done as well, so it's comfortable right out of the box. There's nothing you have to do to it. And the edge on this is extremely sharp. One of their characteristics is to take their edge bevel and grind it right into the edge. So there's no separate edge bevel. It's what you call a zero grind. And they take both of these sides and they grind them right convexed into the edge. It's a superb job of convexing that down to a zero grind edge. And these are very, very sharp out of the box with some bite to them. The balance point on this knife, as you might expect, is a little blade heavy, being such a heavy blade itself. So there you go is the balance point. And it's a little bit in front of a pinch grip. The profile on this blade is kind of an exaggerated, gentle belly curve throughout the blade since it's so tall. So you can do a lot of rocking with this if you wish. It's not a super flat blade, as you can see. And the blade thins out a little bit as you get down the blade, but the main part of the grind kicks in about right here to the very edge. So that's their other characteristic of this blade. The blade does have a fairly nimble feel considering how big it is, and this tall shape is something you're either going to like or you're not going to like. So this is something you'll resonate with or something you won't resonate with, but this is an iconic knife from Shosui Takeda. So there you have the Takeda stainless clad Gyuto 250mm medium.